Hello, this is the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Thank you so much for tuning into this video in which we will look at one quantity as a percentage of another. So basically we're going to take two quantities and we're going to say is the first one 20% of the second one or whatever. It really is just about converting fractions to percentages. So let's have a quick review of that. So percentages are just fractions with denominator 100. So 71% just means 71 over 100. These two are exactly the same number. So to go from here to here, all I did was replace the percent sign with over 100. Of course, the vernaculum, the fraction line means divide. So to go from a percent to a fraction, you just divide by 100. That's the same from percent to a decimal as well. So if you're going the other way, so that's fraction or decimal to percentage, you just times by 100. So let's look at an example, 1 over 40, we're going to convert that to a percentage. So what that means is I want to make an equivalent fraction whose denominator is 100. So what am I going to put up here at the top? Well, to find the number that goes here, it's been divided by 100 to get 1 over 40. So if I want to get this by itself, I undo dividing 100 by timesing 100. Literally all we need to do here is go 1 over 40 times 100. So 1 over 40 times 100, whether or not you use your calculator, you get 2.5, and then we just stick a percent sign. So 1 is 2.5% of 40. If you got 1 out of 40 in a test, you would score 2.5%. Let's now look at some worded problems. So Tara has scored 19 out of 24 penalty kicks. Liam has scored 31 out of 39. Which person has scored a higher percentage of their penalty kicks? I use this example because it shows why we have percentages in the first place. They allow really easy comparisons. See, Tara scored 19 out of 24, which we can write as 19 over 24. That's the fraction of penalty kicks she scored, whereas Liam was 31 over 39. Now, it's actually very difficult without a calculator to compare these two fractions. It's hard to see which of these fractions is larger because they have different numerator and a different denominator. They're going to be very close in value, but if we convert each of them to a percentage, then we can easily compare them because percentages have denominator 100. It's very easy to compare fractions with the same denominator. So let's convert each to a percentage. So for Tara, it would be 19 over 24 times 100. So we would end up, if we put this on our calculator, we get 79.16 recurring. So she's converted about 79.17% of her penalty kicks. So for Liam, we can do the same. We want to convert this to a percentage. If you want to convert a fraction to a percentage, you simply times by 100. So if you put this on your calculator, you get about 79.5%. Now that they're both percentages, very easy to compare, we can see that Liam is ever so slightly more accurate in his penalty kicking than is Tara. So to find one quantity as a percentage of another, first quantity divided by second quantity times 100, and then stick a percent sign on your answer. So let's now look at using this in calculating percentage change. So when we're calculating percentage change, we're calculating did the quantity change by 20% or 30% or whatever. We use this formula here. Percentage change equals change over original times 100. Stick a percent sign on your answer. Make sure you realize that it's the original that goes on the bottom there. So first quantity divided second quantity times 100. Stick a percent sign on. So let's look at this question. It cost me $8 to make a bottle of fragrance. Calculate the percentage profit if I sell it for $20. So you probably know what profit is already. It's just how much extra money you make. So if you bought something or it cost you $8 to make it and you sold it for $20, your profit is 20 minus 8, which is $12. The profit is the selling price how much you sold it for minus the cost price, how much you paid for it. So profit can, of course, be negative. In that case, we call it a loss. So here there's a $12 profit. So we're going to find out what percentage is the profit of the original. So what is the percentage profit? It is the change, in this case the profit, the change in price was $12 divided by the original. So the original was $8. The original was the cost price. So it started at $8 and then we increased by $12. So change over original, then we're going to times by 100 and stick a percent sign on. So it comes out to be 150%. The profit is 150%. In other words, the profit is 1.5 times the cost price. So when you're calculating percentage change, always put the original amount on the bottom. So if it's a finance question, it's always change over cost price times 100%. You only put the selling price on the bottom if you're specifically asked. So now we're calculating the profit as a percentage of the selling price. Well, the profit is still $12. The selling price, how much it was sold for, is $20. And then we times by 100 and stick a percent sign on. If you want to use your calculator, no worries, it ends up being 60%. 12 is 60% of 20. Alright, thank you so much for tuning into this video. This has been the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Have a great day.